Welcome to today's video. My name is Ralph Mayhew and today I want to show you how you can do water drop photography in the comfort of your own home with a few household appliances. I hope you stick around, and if you're new today, please subscribe. It's going to be fun. Check this out. Now this morning, what inspired this was we were on our morning walk and Lyndall spotted this just lying by the side of the road, right? Not the pot, but just the plant. It's a spider plant or something. She says to me, "You know that vase you tried to give me the other day that I didn't want, that was just a waste of space, that you picked up for $3 from the op shop?" "Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that vase. Have you still got it?" I said, "Absolutely, I have. The price is now $40, recommended retail. But for you, I'll do your deal. Let it go for $39. Why is that?" She goes, "I want to take the spider plant and I want to put it in the water dispenser you bought." "Why did you buy that anyway?" "I bought it to do water drop photography." And so this filming that was going to happen in a couple of weeks' time has to happen today, because this plant that was found on the roadside needs to be potted into a water dispenser to go in our bathroom. Yeah, I don't get it either. I don't need to. This is going to be fun. We're all set up. I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so here is the setup. So we're going to get stuck into this water drop photography. It's called water drop photography because you drop water into water and you take a photo of the water drop that's created. Brilliant. Got 105mm. I'm using a macro lens. You can use your kit lens and get closer. It's probably handy to put up a sheet of glass flush with your camera if you don't want to get it soaked. Cable release, really necessary for this sort of setup. Once you're focused, you don't want to touch your camera because it'll move the focus point. Got a flash. The flash is to illuminate the splash as it comes up. I've got this little thing up here, which I'll just show you. $3 from an op shop. It's one of those drinks dispensers that has a twisting valve. You need a twisting valve because otherwise if you have a pull-push thing, it doesn't work. So this way you can monitor, you can really gently facilitate the drop and the flow of the thing to then, well, basically get your camera in, boom, take a shot. So here's what we're gonna do today. I'm gonna make sure my focus point is bang on where the water hits the surface. I'm gonna set my flash to, I'm gonna put it really low. So the lowest intensity, I'm gonna go 1/128th, which is 128th of the power that this flash can do. It's a Yongnuo 564, which I found to be really cheap and yet really powerful and useful for what I want to use it for. And I'm going to put the zoom, because you can zoom these flashes in, to 105. So basically a flash freezes the movement, and I want my flash to freeze the moment the drop hits the water and capture that moment with the lens. Settings I'm using is 1/200. My aperture is up at 22 because I want to close down a lot of this ambient light. Ambient light is the light that helps you see every day. I'm going to close all that down, which will be facilitated by the flash. My ISO is at 100 because I want to get the most out of my sensor. My sensor. Going to put some milk and food coloring in this. You need a splash of milk and a dash of food coloring, and it will transform that to a milky blue or a milky red. And then I'm going to do the same up here. I'm going to release this, it's going to hit that, I'm going to shoot with that, be lit by that, and boom! You guys are going to get to see the results. Sound good? Well, let's get to it. Oh, that looks nice. Very nice. Got to make sure my focus is good. So we're now all set up. Focus is good. As you can see, milk with a half a spoonful of red food coloring. You stir it all through. Looks really, really red. Taking some test shots, which I'll take another couple now. And you can see the hardest thing is getting focus right. Shooting on 1/200th of a second means that it's the maximum shutter speeds you can have for the flash to still work, because the shutter has enough time to lift back up for the light to get in. And you can have a look at the screen, see how I did. Well, they're pretty good, aren't they? Now what I'm going to do, without moving the position of this, I'm going to put milk and blue in there, and we're going to get some sick blue to red. Whilst you're waiting for me to do this, you can subscribe down below, that'd be amazing. Give it a like if you're liking how it's going so far. You could add a comment too. A bit of commentary. If you're like, oh, I should do this, or what about that? Please feel free to use the comment section to do that. And I'll put the flash in the description too, so you can see which flash I'm using. All right, as you can see, just up here, we've got some blue ready to go, just milk mixed with blue. Got my flash and the red. I only get a few shots at this before I have to replace all the water. And to be honest, between you and I don't want to replace the water today. Just want to do it, but once, do it really good. So 1/200th of a second, aperture's on 22, ISO's on 100, flash is on 1/128th power intensity, which when you put milk into the water becomes reflective, so you don't need more power than that. It just is an overkill and overexposes the photo. When I put the zoom function on the flash to work, so that it only illuminates this area here and not wide. You can set a flash to really wide or really narrow, and we just want to illuminate this little area where the water drop's gonna hit. So pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You can do it at home. All you really need is a flash, and you can get any flash. I've used all sorts of flashes over the years that have, just get a cheap one if you don't want to spend a lot of money on it. I found this water dispenser for $3 at the op shop, and I'm using my macro lens, but you can use any lens. You can use a kit lens, you can use any sort of lens you want. What you really need is a focused area on the water. That's all you need to do. When it starts dropping, you start shooting. It can be very difficult to catch the flash. So you can either do two things. You can either just shoot continuously and hope your flash keeps up, and some shots it'll miss because it's recharging, or you can watch for the drop to hit here, and as soon as it drops here, you click and goes phew. It's good to have a variety, so you have a play, see how you go. Always best to play with clear water first and get the hang of it, then add the color, because in a few moments after doing that, it's going to be just like brown. Nobody likes brown water, like ever, do they? And one final thing you can do is you can alternate and turn the power of the tap on, so that you can get the drop comes down, it splashes, and then comes back up and hits a drop coming down, so you can add to the effects that you make. You can also put that higher, put it lower. You can use a smaller channel for it to come out of, or a larger channel. It will change the size of the drops, and therefore the effect that you get. You can use different colors, and the world is your oyster, really. You can go crazy. All right, let's go. Finally, one more tip is sometimes the water leaves bubbles around. It's good to pop the bubbles so you have a nice clean surface. Otherwise it just looks a bit ordinary. Looks like those bubbles shouldn't be there, and they distort the shot, make it uneven. If you find that the colors aren't quite popping in your photo as you look on the back of the display, you can intensify them. So you can add more food coloring to get the effects that you want. So don't be afraid to do that. And likewise, you can change the colors around, so you can pour the water out and put a different color in and see if that creates something that you're after. Now we've finished that, Lyndall can actually have the water dispenser to do what she likes with it, with her plant she wants to get stuck into. And I've achieved what I invested my $3 for. I was actually going to then resell it for like 10 bucks and make a $7 saving. But not to be. Anyway, power to the household or something. You'll see on the front of this flash is what you might think is a protector. It's actually not. I mean, it is protecting, but the reason it's there is it's a light diffuser. So the light isn't so harsh, it's actually diffused, it's softened. And a softer light in a photo is far more appealing than a bright, harsh light, unless of course you need that. Hope this has been fun. We're gonna show a bit of me doing this, and then we're gonna jump to the end of the video, and I'm just gonna show you the images that I got. So if you really enjoyed it, please subscribe below, hit the like button, share it around if you found it intriguing and interesting, and I'll see you in the next video.